Hi, my name's Davina and I play box lacrosse for Team England. I'm 23 years old now. I started playing lacrosse when I was 11 years old. I went to St Bart's, which is one of the few state schools that played lacrosse at the time. And it was our main sport at the school, so I started from there. I started as a goalie because I was actually very bad outfield. I couldn't throw and catch, but I was tall and I could save goals. So I was in goal for 4 years, and then I got to seniors in year 11 and decided that I wanted to play outfield. So.
3, 2, 1.
So tell us more about how you got involved doing lacrosse at university and what was that like to transition from university to international stage?
So I got quite lucky. I picked Nottingham for the course, and then once I got accepted, I think it was quite late, like maybe a week before I was coming up to Nottingham, I figured like I should probably email someone about joining society. So I found the women's lacrosse page and I emailed the twos coach and I told her about my experience, and she was like, come along to the twos trial. Went to the trials and then I was on the team ever since. Yeah. I got into box from that is my teammate Ellie Rackle. She was trying to get people to do box sessions, trying to get them to come along, and then she actually trialled for the England team, got on, and then she was like, I really think you should give it a try, like come down to one of the SBL sessions, which is the Southern Box League, which is in England, but that's just more to expand the game of box, and it's for men and women. So I went down to one of the sessions, and then the England head coach happened to be there, and I was like, oh hi, like I miss Charles, would I be able to have a go at trialing for the team? And he was like, no, because you've missed the time frame. But I think maybe I just then tried extra hard in that session to show him that I was capable, and then he invited me back to their session, their training in November, which was their first training after trials. Yeah, obviously it's really great because this year was the inaugural year of the women's competition, so you're already part of history. So I actually found out in February that I'd made the team. Well, not for the World Cup, but we had a competition in Prague. So I made the team for that, found that out in February. People like to joke that lacrosse is a posh private school sport because it's mainly private people that go to private school that play. And there definitely are a lot of barriers. Like it's quite an expensive sport, like the kit and paying for the tours to go on. So I do think that was a barrier in itself. Obviously I'm not made of money, so I'm just a student. I didn't see anyone that looked like me playing. Like I remember all the nationals that I used to play in, I was maybe the only black girl I ever saw. And at coming to uni the first few years, it was just me. There was a black guy and a mixed race guy on the men's team, but it was just me. And then it was only in my third year that 2 black girls joined. And then 2 years ago, I actually umpired at national schools, and it was really nice to see because there were so many black girls like playing lacrosse, and I was just looking around like, just wow, like this wasn't like that back in the day, like 5 years ago, but it's come a long way. Yeah.
What advice would you give to young girls, especially girls of colour, who want to pursue lacrosse or other non-traditional sports?
I would tell them to not be afraid to put themselves out there. Obviously, it's hard when there's not a lot of people that look like us, but you just got to believe in yourself, believe in the talent you have, seek help, don't be afraid to mess up and do things wrong. That was me a lot in my first couple of years at uni. Like, I wasn't really sure about my place and the value that I added to the team. It's a journey, so you've just sort of got to learn and grow.
Could you tell us the difference between box lacrosse and field lacrosse?
Okay, so women's field is 10 aside. There's 1 goalie and then 3 people on pitch. So you have 3 defenders, 3 midfielders and 3 attackers. There always has to be 3 people behind the line. So if you're attacking, there always has to be 3 defenders back. If you're defending, there always has to be 3 attackers back. I say with field, like, it is more finesse and stuff and looking pretty, whereas box is just getting in there and being aggressive. With box lacrosse, it's much more fast paced. It's 5 aside, so you have 5 people on the floor, runners, and then you have 1 goalie. It tends to be like you have defense on in 1 set, and then you'll have some transition players who run the ball up into O, and then you have the offense on. So it's not like everyone's all on at once. It's like rolling subs. That's full contact, so we're fully kitted up. You've got helmets, gloves, chest pads, rib pads, arm guards, which are longer than the men's. People over, you can empty stick chat, you can come from behind and whack people. Like, it's much more aggressive, much more fast paced, and you play with men's sticks for box, so there's a deeper pocket. Some changes I want to see in the next 5 to 10 years. Well, when we were playing in Utica, for all the men's games, like the stadiums were full, and then even for the women's finals, like the stadium was half of that. So I'd like to see a time where people are coming to watch women's box lacrosse, not men's. Like the men's just happens to be on at the same time, but women's is what they're here to see. Field is my first love. As much as I love box, field is my first love. So it would be cool to play, field for England one day too.